This show is chiefly remembered for the AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels Ironman match. But what about the rest of the show? Was that any good? Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this. It's your favourite series, and it's mine. It's another episode of 10 years ago. And tonight, as you can probably already tell because you've clicked on the link which has said TNA Against All Odds 2005 review, and you saw the picture on the thumbnail. Tonight we're going to be looking at TNA Against All Odds 2005, surprisingly. Last show, final resolution, I gave 7.5 out of 10, so expectations are pretty high for this one. It's February the 13th, 2005. We're live at the Impact Zone with the usual 800 fans, none of which have paid a fucking penny to get in. So we start off on this TNA pay-per-view in the back, where Shane Douglas is outside Jeff Jarrett's dressing room, where apparently there's a lot of lawyers in Jeff Jarrett's dressing room. Larry Zbyszko comes out and he wants to talk to Dusty Rhodes. And then Scott Hudson is outside Kevin Nash's dressing room. And he has nothing of note really to say other than to plug the longest yard, which is either out soon or just come out. Okay, so our opening contest tonight is Elix Skipper taking on and defeating Petey Williams in what I've got put here as a disappointing opener. It's an interesting one. Petey Williams is part of Team Canada. You may remember that Elix Skipper was part of Lance Storm's Team Canada in WCW. That's a nice little touch, isn't it? Well, it's not really. It's just one of those coincidences, really, isn't it? Anyway, they start on the mat, so Petey bails. Inside, Skipper gets an arm drag off Brett's rope and hits a big kick to the back, but gets chucked to the outside where D'Amore can get his obligatory cheap shot in. Petey follows with a springboard Rana, which gets 2 when they go inside. Really? I've only just started. And it's a Sunday. In your own time, what's ambulance? Isn't that a big I'm gonna turn light on? Isn't that a big surprise? It's Sunday morning and an ambulance. So Petey does his Tree of Woe with Canadian national anthem, then connects with a pair of suplexes. They botch a crossbody attempt. Then Skipper gets a beautiful butterfly suplex off the top rope, which gets one of a few TNA chants tonight. Really isn't TNA. There isn't many, and I'm actually quite happy at what it's for. A butterfly suplex off the top, that's nice. Skipper hits a weird inverted slingshot, then a guillotine leg drop for 2. The crowd are split for both men as Skipper tries a tilt-a-whirl, which Petey counters into a Russian leg sweep. That looked nice. Skipper walks the top rope and attempts a Rana, but Petey hooks himself so Skipper can't hit it. Petey gets a tornado DDT, but the Destroyer is countered. They botch a roll-up. Oh yes, because that's a difficult one to do. And then they botch a bridge out of a pin attempt. Again, the Destroyer is countered, and sudden death gets the win for Elix Skipper. No storyline in places. This was frighteningly sloppy for 2 men of this caliber. Also a lot slower than what I was expecting. I was expecting a lot faster pace in this one. The crowd were hot though for both men, that helped. A couple of nice moves in there, like that butterfly suplex like I talked about, but this was a big disappointment. I was expecting so much more from this match. 1.5 if you're feeling very nice. Now then, earlier today, BG James and some guy called James Hammond were training in the ring. So, Jesus Christ, BG James and James Hammond defeating Matt Bentley and Kazarian in a terrible match. Who the fuck is James Hammond? Because it's what I'm thinking. Actually, no, really, who the fuck is this guy? James Hammond is a NASCAR driver. No, he's not a NASCAR driver. He's a former NASCAR driver, apparently. That's nice. Matt Bentley says on a promo beforehand that NASCAR stands for Non-Athletic Sports Centered Around Racing. Apparently. Is that what it means? I don't have a clue. Usual bollocks on the mic before the bell from James. NASCAR sucks chants comes from the crowd. This is for a babyface. Think about that. They want to see wrestlers, surprisingly, on a fucking wrestling pay-per-view. The crew work the arm of Bentley with the most basic of moves, and this is so that Hammond can come in and do an arm wrench and then tag out again. It's kind of like the JJ Leno sort of thing, you know. So he's got this arm wrench on for ages, and the commentators are selling it like he's the second coming of fucking Frank Gotch or something. Like, yes, look at this guy. This ain't no rookie. This guy knows what he's doing. Kash gets an okay dive over the top onto James. James gets owned until he can get the hot tag. Check this, to Hammond, who gets booed. Heel miscommunication leads to Hammond hitting a woeful looking elbow, and that gets the win at 33. This was awful. And also, sure, am I wrong in thinking that surely the psychology is all wrong here? Shouldn't it be the non-wrestler who gets owned and then tags in the wrestler to clean house? I don't understand how BG James can get the shit kicked out of him, and then he can tag in a retired NASCAR driver who's done nothing of note that's athletic in the slightest. And he's the one who can clean house and get the... I just don't understand. I just don't get this one at all. This was a -star match. This was -1 stars. I fucking hated it. Awful match. So, next. In the back, Dusty Rhodes is talking to his bitches, but he's interrupted by Jeff Jarrett's lawyer, who demands that Dusty remove the stipulations for tonight's main event. The stipulation, if you're wondering, is that if Jeff Jarrett uses his trusty guitar, he'll be disqualified and Nash will win the championship. Dusty won't. So the lawyer says, if you don't do this, I will evict you from the building. And Dusty Rhodes quite rightly goes, no you won't, because you can't. There we go. And that's it. That's this segment. Do this for me or else. No, fuck off. All right then. Okay, fair enough. So Raven defeating Dustin Rhodes in an okay match. So Raven had been beating up someone when Rhodes made the save, and now these two are feuding. So Raven works the leg of Rhodes from the get-go, dropping elbows with it, connecting with a pair of shin breakers. It leads to an ankle lock. To silence! Hooray! Dustin escapes, gets 10 punches, doesn't bother selling the leg, because why the fuck would he? He tries the bulldog, but it's countered, so instead connects with a lariat. He sells the leg a tiny little bit, but goes up top. Raven kicks the leg out of his leg. He recovers and tries a top rope nothing. Guess how that one goes. Go on, guess. An awful super kick. Gets 2. Easily a foot between boot and face. Ankle lock by Raven again, and then with another, and is counted into one of his own by Dustin. That gets silence as well, because you can imagine. Raven counted into a cover, complete with evil Healy feet on the ropes for the win at 8 minutes 20. Okay, match. Enjoy the psychology from Raven. Shame Dustin didn't bother selling the leg in the slightest. It matters, people. Genuinely, it does. There's no point working over a body part and then you just get up and go, well, I'm all right now. So what was the point in all that? Beats after the bell, referee gets bumped after the match. Don't understand this one at all. Why would the referee get bumped after a match? Why don't the referee just get out the ring as soon as the beats start going down, maybe? I don't know. They brawl, complete with Raven putting Dustin in a straitjacket and then bashing his brains in with a trash can until some guy called Cassidy Riley, that's the guy who Raven had been beaten up, by the way, comes out to make the save. And eats the even flow, so you fail. Some security guards come out to help, so Raven gets his belt and whips them, including one of the security guards takes a belt shot to the face. That is fantastic. 2 stars, in my opinion. Could have been so much better. Some guy called Triton is coming. Got an advert for this guy at Final Resolution. Got an advert for him here. He's coming next week. I think we'll see him at Destination X. Hooray. America's Most Wanted defeating Kid Kash and Lance Hoyt in a good match to retain the Tag Team Championships. So nice back and forth from the start of this one between Kash and Storm. Harris and Hoyt get both tagged in. They decide to fuck this mat wrestling bollocks with a brawl. Cute spot, then AMW launch Kash and Hoyt. Nothing happens, so they throw Hoyt at Kash. This probably doesn't make a lot of sense. So they pick up Kash and they throw him at Hoyt. Because Hoyt's massive, he just bounces off them. So instead, they pick up Hoyt and they throw him at Kash. Probably imagine how that one goes. They go outside where the heels take control and Storm is your face in peril, including taking a nice moonsault from Kash and a sweet sit-out powerbomb by Lance Hoyt. They work the back for a while, which I like. Kash gets a DDT, but a frog splash lands on knees so Storm can try and come back with it, and they both go for a cross body, which leads to a double KO. Mild, and it is, mild tag to Harris. It takes 3 clotheslines to get Hoyt down. Spine buster for Kash. Delayed suplex for Hoyt. Poor Rana by Kash. Stops Harris, but Storm gets the eye of the storm on him. Hoyt gets a meh-looking super sidewalk slam. It could have been so good. A sidewalk slam off the top rope doesn't really look too good. Gets 2 though. He goes up top again, gets chucked off, and then hit with an elbow off the top for 2. Kash gets the belt. The tag belt, sorry. Referee takes it off him, but while the referee's getting rid of the belt, yeah, Kash just calmly gets the other title belt, because why wouldn't you? He uses it, but it only gets 2. Since when did belt shots not work? I mean, I must have missed something here. Or did TNA just decide one day, right, no more belt shots? Or why is the window locked? Why would the window be locked? Whoa. It's getting pretty warm in here. I'm all excited. Talking about TNA, it's my favourite thing. Never mind. So yeah, when did belt shots just become like, no, I'm going to use the belt, but yeah, don't just kick out? I'm pretty certain there was a time where if you used the title belt, it got the win because you were dead. But anyway, Kash brings some handcuffs, but Harris gets them and ties Kash to the ropes with them. Super kick for Hoyt. They go for the death sentence, but the back gives out. Remember what I was talking before about working the back? Yeah, the back actually gives out, but he sucks it up, hulks up. They hit the death sentence. It gets the win at 12 minutes and 25 seconds. This was never dull. The crowd were into it. Good storytelling from both teams. Some big moves. Right, this one, 3 stars. Good stuff. In the back, Shane Douglas wants to know who's in a limo that's pulled up, but security won't let him. Didn't they do that at the very first TNA pay-per-view? Wouldn't they do the exact same thing there? Oh dear. Anyway, Abyss, this was shit. Abyss defeating Jeff Hardy in a rubbish Full Metal Mayhem match. Full Metal Mayhem, for those who are wondering, is a TLC match. It's that simple. But there's chains! Yeah! There's 2 envelopes high above the ring, alright? One has got a contract in it for a TNA NWA World title shot, alright? The other one hasn't got anything at all in it. It's not even like there's a booby prize in there or anything. It's just empty. Because TNA. Obviously. Hardy brings in chairs and then launches himself off one to the outside. Like, you know, the poetry motion. Small TNA champ for that one. Only our 2nd of the night. Abyss tries a press slam off the apron. Hardy escapes, bashes a chair into the face. He tries another dive off the chair, but eats chair. Hooray! The crowd want tables, so Abyss gets one, and then another one, and then a 3rd one, and then a 4th one. He sets them up in a tower on the outside. What a nice guy, you know. We want tables. You want tables, do you? Well, I could just get 1, but I'm going to get 4. I'm going to set them up in a nice little tower for you. Nothing's going to happen with those. No. Jeff ignores him, gets a ladder up. Whisper in the ring by Hardy, who then puts a ladder on Abyss and then dropkicks a Jarett into his face. They set up a tower of ladders. Jeff jumps off the top rope onto a ladder, and it's meant to look like they've got a pendulum ladder that's going to go up into the face. But Abyss, I mean, I know this is one of those, I know why he does it, but it still looks crap, because he gets his arm up, so it goes like that. So the ladder hits there, instead of hitting him in the face. I understand it. The thing is, they do it from above the ring camera shot, and it just looks hokey. It's probably the best way I can describe it. It just looks shit. Abyss belly to bellies Hardy over the top rope. He meant to go through a table on the outside, but misses. So only like his lower legs go through the table. Damn. It looks so horrible. Abyss. Oh, this is the bit where I have issue, right? You know how wrestling is meant to be suspending your disbelief, right? We get that one. Sometimes, because I'm a very logical person at the best of times, matches like this just don't make any sense to me, alright? So Abyss gets another table out, but instead of setting it up at ringside or in the ring or whatever, he sets it up at the top of the ramp. And this is where I have a big issue, like I say, because Jeff could just go, he's setting that table at the top of the ramp, get the ladder out and get the fucking contract. Win, hooray! I don't have to take any more bumps. Instead he follows. And I just don't understand it. So they brawl for a bit, and Abyss is laying on the table, right? And it's that same point of, right, I could just go in a bit, lads, and I'm going to go and get me the contract. Nah, fuck it. I'm going to climb up to the top of the stage and do a swanton bomb onto him. So he does, okay? Swanton bomb, misses completely. I think his ass connects, but the rest of it, I mean, Jeff lands feet first on the other side of the table. It looks so bad. West, by the way, was screaming up that time that he's 40 feet up, which was a big lie. Jeff hits a sloppy hook and swanton, like I say. Holy shit, champ, for that. No TNA one. Remember, we just had the two. Jeff goes into the ring, gets his big ass ladder out, and after what feels like an absolute age, because think about it, that swanton will have hurt him, so he's got to sell it. So he could have just gone and got, oh, it's so daft. He's gone and get the fucking belt. That's what I don't like about matches like this, is it requires all of your suspension of disbelief. And if you're a logical person like me, you just go, why is he doing that? And I'm a wrestling fan, so I know why he's doing it. He's doing it to entertain the crowd, or because he wants to, or something, I don't know. He sets up the ladder, his big ass ladder, climbs up, and get this, he gets the Duff envelope. And you sat going, what is the point of that? He climbs again, but this time, oh my god, right, he gets knocked down, and then he gets hip tossed over the fucking ropes. Now guess what's meant to be happening? That's right, he's meant to go through those 4 tables, you know, the big stack of tables on the outside, meant to go through those, yeah? Oh, it looks so bad. It's one of those, I'll talk about this at the end of the match, right, but it's one of those times where he goes, right, you've got 4 tables, so you've got two tables, you know that. The thing about WrestleMania 17, yeah, or the Chelsea match at SummerSlam 2000, you've got the 4 tables. He goes, right, through 1 table, just 1. So he falls down, all the tables fall down, but he just goes through 1. You can tell this was not meant to happen. You can tell he was meant to go through all 4, and you can also tell that Jeff is one pissed off guy at this point. He gets up while Abyss is climbing to get the contract. Jeff gets up and starts stomping his way through the tables. He then sets up another table, almost taboos it, almost dives through it, because it's like he's saying to the fans, look, I told you I was going through these 4 fucking tables, and I'm going through these 4 fucking tables. So he does. Abyss climbs, and then, oh my god, this is so stupid. This match pisses me off, right? Abyss climbs up, right? He gets the briefcase. There's only one, sorry, the envelope. There's only 1 left. He still rips it open, and when he sees what's in it, he goes, yes! He's like, which one? What were you expecting to be in there? Fuck me. So yeah, like I say, Hardy's so vexed that he puts himself through the tables. The best 4 words can describe this match, and they are not, this was fucking shit, believe it or not. What I've got on my notes here is good ideas, poor execution, right? This could have been so good, and it just wasn't. Right, the announcers talk about how it's like, I mean, they talk it up like it's like one of the best matches they've ever seen. But we don't get a replay of the finish at all. The only replay that we get for this entire match is that Swanton Bomb. And the angle that they show it from, where they're looking up the ramp, shows that Jeff clearly missed. just like one ass cheek hit Abyss. He had enough power to Abyss to be driven to the table, but he landed on his feet, and it just looks wow. Did not enjoy this match. I am going to go 1 star, all right, because I'm a nice guy. Realistically, this is a dub match. Next up, DDP and Monty Brown defeating Eric Young and Bobby Roode in an alright match, this one. So Brown has been at odds with Team Canada since Final Resolution. Yeah, this is what you get for losing the losing in the championship match against Jeff. You get put in a tag feud, yay. The numbers name have been too much for for Monty Brown, especially because Team Canada now have the outsiders in their corner. Who should even know to put DDP? Scott Hall is right. This is one of those. Scott Hall is meant to be in this match, right? But Team Canada have bought out his contract so that Eric Young can be in the match. Why not just ask him, like, look, do you know if Eric goes in this one? Just, you know, I don't know why they have to buy his contract out. Thank you very much to everyone who points out that Brown's music sounds exactly the same as Down With The Sickness by Disturbed on the last TNA review that I did. Thank you very much. Brown controls Young's arms to start off and then gets a pair of clotheslines, but Roode pulls Young out of the ring so he can catch his breath. That doesn't last long though, because Brown grabs him by the arm that he's just been working and pulls him into the ring. We like that. Page in. He and Roode go at it for a moment until he can get a discus lariat and tags Brown back in. He gets distracted by Young, allowing Roode to clothesline him out. Team Kaiser take over. They do the classics. Check it out. They distract the ref. They double team. They quick tag. It's all good. Page gets a jawbreaker and a head to the balls and tags Brown. There is no pop and the slightest for that tag. Brown cleans house, including a fall-away slam for Young, but Demore distracts the ref so that Rue can whack Brown with a Canadian flag. So now Brown is your face in peril until, it's exactly the same again until DDP can get the hot tag. And it is a hot tag. He cleans house. Then it turns into a big brawl. The faces get clotheslines and ram the heel's head into a turnbuckle. Divine and Demore both try to get involved, but are thwarted, which is a wonderful word, is it not? Rude is left alone with the heels, eats a pounce. Young goes, oh, this is great. Young goes up top. And DDP arms are like, just diamond cutters him off the top rope. That gets the win, 9:43. Generic tag match is what I've got written here. It's nothing bad. It's nothing special. It is. I give any tag match that just follows this same formula, I'll always give 2 stars to because I like it. Okay, it needs something a bit more to make it up to a 3. 2 stars, I think, is fair. In the back, Dusty Rhodes' bitches don't know where Dusty is when the lawyer guy from earlier on asked him, which is nice. Then we get a video package for the upcoming Ironman match. Speaking of which, AJ Styles defeating Christopher Daniels in a very good 30-minute Ironman match to retain the X Division Championship. First 2 minutes of this match. Before we go on, this is the first time these two have met in TNA. They made a point of telling us that. First 2 minutes are lovely, lovely, lovely mat work to start us off. Styles gets a dropkick, knocking Daniels to the outside. He follows with a run off the apron. Hooray! They exchange chops, then go back inside, where Styles gets a deep arm drag into an arm bar. Daniels transitions into a side headlock, but Styles does the same thing. Arm drag, arm bar. Happy days. First 5 minutes have shot by. That's 5 minutes. They would just spent the whole time on the mat. 5 minutes. Styles again armbars Daniels' left arm. He kicks Daniels' head in to get a pair of 2s, then back to the arm. Daniels bails, selling the arm the whole time. Fucking sick. So Styles baseball slides him. Obviously, because why wouldn't you? Styles wants something off the top rope, but loses his balance. They repeat the spot. Boom. Styles connects with a flying forearm. Inside, AJ is knocked off the apron where he attempts a springboard. Something. Daniels rams the midsection into the ring and then shoulder tackles in the corner, focusing on the ribs. Selling the arm as well, by the way, while he's doing it. 10 minutes in. Honestly, I've got 6 or 7 lines. That's 10 minutes of a 30-minute match. It's just all on the mat. And it's all lovely. It's all like, right, so Styles works the arm, Daniels works the ribs. Happy days. Brilliant. A really lovely touch is that Daniels, quick as a flash, gets an elbow drop and he sells the arm first and then does the cover. Touches like that are always going to make me a happy chappy because it's like, I've done the elbow drop and it's all right. You're allowed to do it as long as you just don't go, right, elbow drop, cover. It's like, no, you do the elbow drop. He spent 10 minutes working your arm. Just go, fuck me. Then do the cover. It's all you need to do. It's so simple. So easy. It's so effortless. Why do so many people not do it? Daniels gets a backdrop and another shoulder tackle to the ribs, then a springboard moonsault that gets 2. AJ comes back with a desperation lariat, then a spin kick, and then his springboard moonsault reverse DDT that gets 2. He follows with a neckbreaker and a back suplex. He then attempts a 450 splash that lands on knees. And Daniels connects with the Angel's Wings to get the fall in roughly about 40 minutes. Now, I have issue here, all right? Because I was really, really when Styles was working the arm, my first thought was, other than, well, this is incredible, was he won't be able to hit the Angel's Wings. Because think about it, Angel's Wings is a double underhook, isn't it? So what I was really hoping is that at some point in the match, he'd go for the Angel's Wings and the arm would give out. But that wasn't the case. So, you can't have everything, can you? So that's 1-0 to Daniels. Daniels counters a few times to where Styles... covers a few times to wear Styles down. Beats a backdrop. AJ wants a hip toss, but Daniels, fast as you like, counters into an abdominal stretch. I fucking love that. Daniels slingshots Styles rib first into the ropes for 2. Styles gets a handspring elbow and some big kicks, then a neck breaker across the knee for 2. He follows with a springboard forearm that also gets 2 with 10 minutes to go. So 20 minutes of this match have just shot past. There are times when you could go into this one going, this is either going to be really boring, or sometimes if you catch a spoiler, as it were, like you go on Wikipedia to see let me think, you want to see what the attendance is or something like that, and you just happen to catch the match time, and you go, oh my god, that main event goes 19 minutes, for example, you're like, oh my god, that's going to be fucking awful. Yeah, 20 minutes into this match, and it's just been edgy as seats off the whole time. There's been that one little nitpick. Oh, dear me. Daniels gets Styles' moonsault DDT combination that Don West is far too busy reading his script to fucking acknowledge. Blue Thunder Bomber gets 2 for Daniels. Crowd have been pretty good so far. They're now split for both men as Styles gets a Pele kick. He unloads with all kinds of punches but walks into a Samoan drop called a fireman's carry by Mike Tenay. Best moonsault ever is countered and Styles connects with the Angel's Wings, but that only gets 2 for a great near fall. Styles is able to get a roll up though, so you're wondering, like, was that meant to be the fall? Because he gets a roll up, gets the second fall, 5 minutes left. Styles is knocked to the outside, so Daniels gets the X Division belt. The commentators shout at him, so he thinks better of it. Instead, driving Styles' head into the ring post, busting him open. In the ring, the cover gets 2, so Daniels works the cut with punches and headbutts, then gets 2 off an perfect STO. Styles looked like he's out, but he fires back with punches before getting caught in a Koji clutch. AJ hangs on, because he gets caught in it, and there's like about 30 seconds left, maybe 15 seconds left. He just hangs on, and that gives us a draw. But Marc, you said that Styles won. Daniels gets on the mic and says, look, I had Styles beaten. Dusty Rhodes, come out here, restart this match, which is exactly what happened. Daniels attacks the cut some more. We get a net breaker for 2. It's sudden death, by the way. They haven't just restarted the match. Right, you've got another half an hour, do it. It's like, no, sudden death. Can you imagine that? I said that when I was watching the 2005 Royal Rumble, didn't I? Or did I say that on the vid? It's like when Vince restarts the match, can like everyone come out who was in the ring beforehand? Like, well, we haven't been eliminated because they're restarting it, something like that. No, that's really stupid. Anyway, they go up top where Daniels wants Rana. AJ counters into one of his own, then hits the Styles Clash for the win. 31 minutes and 24 seconds. Man, I absolutely love this. It went past so quickly. It was like, that was like when they said 10 minutes left, you're like, there has never been 20 minutes of this match. And he's like, the first 10 minutes were on the mat. You're like, this is wonderful. At no point was it dull. At no point was it boring. I love the psychology in the first 10 minutes. They didn't follow, after the 10 minutes or so had gone past, they didn't really follow it up any more than that. So, but it's one of those, I suppose. Don't forget, like I said at the start, this was the first time these two have met in TNA. I'm sure over the next coming months/years, these two will have better matches than this. 4 stars, okay? And then, to bring us back down to earth, Jeff Jarrett defeating Kevin Nash in an actually, it's all right match to retain the NWA World Championship. As I mentioned earlier on, the stipulation here is if Jeff Jarrett uses the guitar, he will be disqualified. If he's disqualified, the championship changes hands. I think the disqualification is only on the guitar, though. I guess the Nash is a babyface here. We haven't really done anything to make him babyface, but he says on the build-up package there that the championship, if he's champion, he gets more money, and his career is all about money. So at least he's honest. But the important question, of course, is how many bumps will Kevin Nash take? I've got 4 written down. 4, because it's one of those. It's a title match. Come on. Tenay tells us in a nice little bit of commentary that Nash has had 14 surgeries on his knees. That's a nice sort of thing. Nash starts with a big throw. He chokes in the corner, but Jeff Jarrett goes to the knees with stomps. Fuck that selling shit, says Nash as we go outside. Jeff Jarrett is dropped onto the announce table where the championship belt is, so he's dropped face first onto the belt. In the ring, Jeff Jarrett unloads with punches that put Nash down. Is that one? A punch? Bump? No, it's not, is it? Jeff Jarrett is launched outside and we brawl to the back. We brawl on and around a table that's covered in food. Nash uses a chair, busting Jeff Jarrett open, and then we brawl to ringside where Nash exposes the steel concrete. He wants a jackknife powerbomb, but Jeff Jarrett goes low to escape. He gets his guitar case out. This is one of those things that if you watch it, you're either thinking this is really fucking stupid or really, really clever. There's no in between, alright? He gets his guitar case out, and the commentators are screaming that he can't use it, and then he's like, yeah, but surely he knows he can't use it. Opens the guitar case, there isn't a guitar in there, there's a fucking cello. Like, I'm in the that's really clever camp, I'm sorry. But it's like, yeah, you said he can't use a guitar, didn't say he can't use a cello. It's a cello. But it's all one of the it's all for nothing, you see, because he picks up it's obviously a gimmick cello, it's not just an actual cello. He picks up the cello and the handle the neck snaps off, just in his hand. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Anyway, he picks up the main body of the cello and smashes the cello into Kevin Nash's knees. He then gets the case of the guitar / cello and puts the leg in it and smashes that as well. That's really fucking good. Nash sells it ever so well as well, so that's good. Jeff Jarrett jumps off the ropes onto the knee, then puts on the figure 4 leg lock. Hooray! Nash eventually gets the ropes, so Jeff Jarrett goes straight back to the knee with elbows, but Nash is able to get 2 off a big boot, follows with a pair of snake eyes. When he goes for a third one, that one is countered, and Jeff Jarrett clips the knees and gets the remains of his cello, but Nash goes low. He gets the cello, but the referee stops him using it. This is a bollocks call, in my opinion. This referee, right? This referee had no issue with these two brawling to the back. None whatsoever. He had no issue when Nash picked up a chair, smashed it into Jeff Jarrett's face, right in front of him, busting him open. But yeah, don't be using that cello. That makes no sense. None at all. This is fucking TNA logic 101 right there. That makes no sense. He's just a low blow. Jeff Jarrett's just gone low in front of you. Oh, sorry, has he? Has he gone low? Nash goes low, sorry. No, Kevin Nash is like, the referee's next to Nash, next to Jarrett, as Nash goes low. That's fine. He saw it. It wasn't like it was a, oh no. This isn't a no disqualification match, by the way. I just need to point that out. There's a lot of brawling and shortcuts and all that shit. Nash wants the jackknife instead. He picks up Jeff Jarrett, swings him into the referee, and then does the jackknife onto the cello, or what's left of it. Oh, mate, that's so stupid. There's no ref for the cover, and then Billy Gunn does a run-in, which is good. The camera missed. He comes in with a chair, takes out Nash with a chair, right? You catch the last second of it, like as the chair's already connected with Nash and is going past him, sort of thing. Does that make sense? Yeah. So we don't see it at all. You know it's happening because the commentators are going nuts for it. We don't get to see it. The man formerly known as Billy Gunn in the WWE. He shakes out Nash with a chair, like I say. Ref has recovered, but the cover only gets 2. Gunn argues with another ref while booking X-Pac runs in, Bronco Busters, and then X-Factor Jeff Jarrett, but the cover only gets 2 because fuck your finishing move. Gunn back in, but he's stopped by BG James, allowing Jeff Jarrett to smash the title belt into Nash's head, but that only gets 2 for the rowing. The second time tonight we've had a title belt shot that doesn't get the job done. Fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry, people, but in my opinion, you get hit with the title belt, you stay down. It should be one of those weapons that always does the trick. Always. Always, always, always. Stroke gets 2 as well. Jeff Jarrett goes up top to attempt a classic top rope nothing. He gets caught in the chokeslam position, but then Jeff Jarrett simply just pushes away the referee, goes low, hits a second stroke. That gets the win at 19 minutes and 43 seconds. It was hard to rate because there was some okay stuff in there, especially the stuff where Jeff Jarrett's working. The thing is, they were telling a nice little story in there. The thing is, I wouldn't have minded if Nash had overcome the odds and won the championship. Just take out all the fucking bollocks. Take out the backstage stuff. Excuse me. Take out the fact that Nash isn't allowed to use the cello, but fucking Jeff Jarrett is. More importantly, take out the three run-ins. This was like a 1999-2000 Attitude Era main event in the WF. It's like, yeah, but a lot of the things in there, you go like, yeah, just no. Just no. I mean, we'll call it 2 stars, alright? Because I'm nice. I can't go any higher than that. Realistically, Kevin Nash didn't take any bumps at all. He fell over a couple of times, but he didn't get bumped once. So if you had 0 on your card, well done for you. I can imagine that people have quite fond memories of this pay-per-view because of that Ironman match. I remember talking to Danny Ace, and he was saying, yeah, you'll enjoy that one because it's got that match on it. The Styles-Daniels match is on one of the Best of the X Division DVDs, so you don't need to watch this pay-per-view at all if you don't want to. This has got some alright stuff on it. The tag title match is alright, for example, but this one is let down big style by James fucking Hammond, whoever is, still don't know who he is, and the Full Metal Mayhem. There's a minus stars in there, and then the Full Metal Mayhem, realistically, is a dud match. If you want to go any higher than 1, we'll need to have words, or you'll need to explain to me in the comments why you gave it more than that. What did you think of this show? I've gone 4 out of 10. I don't think that's really fair. I think it's more of a 3. But we'll give it a 4. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt, right? There's some alright stuff in there. It's just not a classic pay-per-view. What did you think? I'd love to know down below what you thought of this one, ladies and gentlemen. I have been Mark P. Please hit that subscribe button, please hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, check me out on Twitter, check me out on Facebook, and next time out I'll be doing, oh yeah, that's right, yeah, No Way Out 2005 barbed wire steel cage match, folks. Can't wait for that one. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been 10 years ago. As I say, I've been Mark P, and I will see you all very, 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 very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Take it easy, and good night.